shit.
Wave that one west, cover out that window. Let them know I'm coming with my kinfolk. Red letter, ski mask on, but I don't really ski though. Bullets bald head like they going through chemo. I slide on them Tony Hawk type. Better get your thoughts right. Jumping high on walls, this ain't Fortnite. Red dot, it kinda make it way too easy for a headshot. I put you under wing, it turned into a headlock. I told my niggas think it's time to put the pressure on. You bring that paper, told her throw a little extra on. We go to war and see, I murder one, you murder two, it ain't the same degree. Better up into a capital offense for them dollars, but it really don't make sense. Guns behind tents with some liquor and we riding down the freeway. Slide on them, spin the block and replay, so we slide again.
You know my position, I'm on standby. Ain't no competition, it's a landslide. Or you a rider, motherfucker, ride again. You said you slide on them, nigga, slide again. Niggas claim they hot, but we been fine. If they ain't one of mine, so they anti. Or you a rider, motherfucker, ride again. You said you slide on them, nigga, slide.
We got this mapped out. Niggas selling wolf tickets, not living what they rap out. Said he gon' ride, too emotional, he'll crash out. And I ain't boxing, wrestle with this cannon, you gon' tap out. 100 troopers in the building, turn this shit into a blackout. We both come from the mother, why you tryin' to do me dirty? He cut himself off, we let him rock, he ain't worthy. You playing ball courts, throwing number like a jersey. While niggas folded like origami, I kept it sturdy. Told my son he got the blood of a king, he ain't got a word. They gon' cross you like a Christian, it's better to learn this early. They be watching, trying to copy, asking questions, trying to learn me. I ain't in the back and forth if the business don't concern me. Catch the wrath from my anger, I be trying to give a mercy. As the angels keep me covered, I'ma slide, they might have heard me. They playing with that fire, get too close, it's gonna burn me. We ain't never looking back, moving forward, it's the journey.
You know my position, I'm on standby. Ain't no competition, it's a landslide. Or you a rider, motherfucker, ride again. You said you slide on them, nigga, slide again. Niggas claim they hot, but we been fine. If they ain't one of mine, so they anti. Or you a rider, motherfucker, ride again. You said you slide. Look, little nigga, I'm made. All these rappers soft, claim they all cut from a hold of a clove. I'm the one with the blade. Untamed gorilla, keep your hands out the cage. I be standing on they neck, one west to the grave. You can keep your mercy, nigga, I ain't worried. Revenge call me buddy love, I call her Miss Purdy. Nigga try to blitz, I'm going 730. I'ma shake the whole room like Big Shirty. Nigga say one war, it's whatever, buddy. Glock fully loaded, you know these letters bloody. Come for me, you a bitch, homie. Boy, I'm realer than your big homie. 144, yeah, the one and only. And you know I keep this blick on me. Body slam you like Mick Foley. I got that black out on my arm, play that bitch like a violin. Said me try me once, nigga, try again. You know my position, I'm on standby. Ain't no competition, it's a landslide. Or you a rider, motherfucker, ride again. You said you slide on them, nigga, slide again. Niggas claim they hot, but we been fine. If they ain't one of mine, so they anti. Or you a rider, motherfucker, ride again. You said you slide on them, nigga, slide again.
Nigga, how you walk away for camp? If you willing to die, you better be willing to stand. Take a trip around the world, see a bunch of corners held by them UPK niggas. All them UPK niggas go to camp. And I'm on Shamar head hanging out the car. Wonder when I pull up straight to the battlefield. And I'ma make sure niggas make it back home. Say, nigga, what you thought? When anything moving, I be on. Gotta remind them we nothing like them niggas that you saw. If you hear back up, that'll be your last time to get out the way. The price to pay before.
That shit go.
Nah, for real though.
If shit go, look, you best get right, or you'll get, look, you got that right. Camera bag, I'm the cameraman. If shit getting active, I'ma stand it down. We taking ground, call an ambulance. That shit go. Right. Look. look. If shit go, look, you best get right, or you'll get, look, you got that, right, that shit go. If you got a problem, we'll handle it. Niggas acting hard, you better stand on it. We on every corner, we stamping it. You better give your life for this camp shit. We ain't playing around, there's no cowards, dog. If niggas charged up, you get powered off. Rude of speech, keep it raw. It ain't my fault that you niggas soft. It ain't my fault that these niggas frauds. Ain't my fault that them niggas rats. If your colors fly, you don't get that shit go. Look, right, look, right, look, right, look, right. If shit go, look, you best get right, or you'll get, look, you got that. That shit go, look, right, look, right, look, right, look, right. If shit go, look, you best get right, or you'll get, look, you got that, right, that shit go.
B-Raw, wanna go to war, gotta hop into the van. Tryna cut the semen, something you don't understand. Getting checked from my betterment, better take it like a man. Nigga, how you walk away for camp? If you willing to die, you better be willing to stand. Take a trip around the world, see a bunch of corners held by them UPK niggas. All them UPK niggas go to camp. And I'm on Shamar head hanging out the car window when I pull up straight to the battlefield. And I'ma make sure niggas make it back home. Say, nigga, what you thought? Whether anything moving, I be on. Gotta remind them we nothing like them niggas that you saw. If you hear back up, that'll be your last time to get out the way. The price to pay before.
That shit go, look.
Nah, for real though.
Right.
B-Raw.
Look, 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 look. If shit go, look, you best get right, or you'll get, look, you got that, right.
Yo.
What's going on? Can you hear me? Can you hear me, sir?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. And with that, this is Cross the Line Radio.
Yeah.
Captains Tazaryach and CHAATAZA. We got Captain CHAATAZA joining us all the way from Texas. What's going on, sir?
Hey, man, what's happening? Shalom to everybody over at headquarters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we got myself, Ashar Gapan, and Aishayala holding it down at HQ. So, Cap, what's new?
Let me tell you something, man. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you, sir.
Okay, yeah, we got a lot of things going on. You know what I'm saying? Passover is on the horizon. Yo, big ups to everybody who's been supporting Tribe Vibes. You know what I'm saying? For those of you who don't know what Tribe Vibes is our own streaming service. You know what I'm saying? Where we got hundreds of songs. And I'm talking to Malakia, and we about to bring his whole catalog over. So like a lot of these songs you heard tonight, you know what I'm saying, go crazy. Shout out to my brother Captain Tazaryach, you know what I'm saying, for whooping Sama Hoon.
I missed it. I gotta go watch that.
It was like Cap whooped his ass.
Did he put him in check? I know that Samoa guy is very disrespectful, very crazy out the mouth.
Yeah, this was probably the most humble I've ever seen him.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah. He knew better. You know what I'm saying? We definitely gonna have to play a little bit of that tonight. You know what I'm saying? So y'all could cue that up. But what I would like to do, right? I seen something, and this probably be the only one, man. If y'all want y'all questions answered, send that with a super chat. Otherwise, you call up. I'm not taking freebies in the chat from people who scared to call up. You know what I'm saying? So you either pay with action or whatever. But somebody said something about the star of Remfan, the star of Remfan. And I just want to show that Christians have absolutely no idea what they're talking about ever. So if y'all could just take a look at Exhibit A, I'd like for y'all to watch this video briefly.
Christians have got to be the most uneducated group of religious believers that I've ever encountered. So I got a video that's been going viral, and I've seen a handful of comments, right, that keeps reoccurring, talking about this symbol being a satanic symbol, this symbol being the star of Remfan, which just proves Christians have no idea what they're doing outside of reading memes online. What we have is the Zondervan Bible Dictionary. And what you're going to find, right, is that the star of what you're calling Remfan, right, is actually by definition Saturn. Now, Saturn is a deity, You understand? Representing a planet. Saturn looks like a man. And these are several different depictions of what Saturn actually looks like. And there's many different likenesses and depictions that you could find, whether it's paintings, whether it's statues, all of the above. You know what else you could find? You can find temple ruins of Saturn going back all the way back to the Pantheon. But you know what you won't find among any of these? Archaeology, carvings, or inscriptions of this symbol that you are trying to connect with Remphan or Saturn. So, what do we find in history and archaeology? Well, if we go and we look up the Temple of Capernaum, then what we are going to see is the shield of David, David's insignia, his name, because Christ sits on the throne of his father David. And this is dating centuries before it was adopted by what you want to call modern day Judaism, centuries before the state of Israel put it on their flag, because this symbol has always belonged to the nation of Israel. You can't find any archaeology anywhere in the world that will link this symbol to Remphan or Moloch. So if we were to look at the temple of Saturn, just like we looked at the temple of Capernaum, you know what we should find? This symbol. And if we can't find it, you're a liar or you're ignorant. Maybe you're uneducated. Maybe you don't actually study. Maybe you get on the internet and you just read memes. But you see me, I read biblical dictionaries. I actually go and look up temple ruins and archaeology and history. So can you provide any archaeology linking Saturn and this symbol? Because if so, we should be able to find it in the temple. We should be able to find it in the Pantheon. You should be able to find me the ruins of Saturn's temple. Oh, if you can't, then you're a liar. And maybe you're uneducated. Maybe you should go do some more homework before you open up your mouth to speak so authoritatively.
Yeah, man.
That was a nice clean cut.
You know what I'm saying?
Not to lose their attention, because you know how people who are uneducated, they just have short attention spans.
Under 3 minutes for the YouTube shorts.
Right. And you know what I find, Cap, right? When people say that, right?
Right.
I think to myself, okay, if you're saying that this is the star of Remphan or the star of Molech, you're obviously getting Remphan and Molech from the Bible. So if you're using this from the Bible, then you should also be able to use the Bible to show me the description of how this star looks. No one ever can provide a description from the Bible that describes how it looks. Like I would imagine if it says, if you're thinking this is the star of Molech, well, go to where it talks about Molech and show me how the star of Molech looks, or show me how the star of Remphan looks. Never. Whether it's $50 I offer or $100 I offer, no Christian, no Catholic, no nothing can ever show me. No other fake Israelite group can show in the Bible how the shield of David looks as if it was the star of Molech or the star of Remphan. No one can ever do that.
Yeah, this is once again like if you think that's Remphan or Molech, you're Christian,
right?
And Christians don't know the Bible. You know what I'm saying? You guys, like I said, you don't research. You just hear things and then you run with it. But that's how it goes. But yeah, Cap whooped Sam's ass today. You know what I'm saying? Just so y'all know, that was it was so annoying to watch, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? That was a tough watch. You know what I'm saying? And it was a tough watch because Sam is so wrong and arrogant, and he doesn't answer questions, and you know what I'm saying, takes you all around like without just, you know, like it's no biblical integrity. Like you could tell he's used to muting people. He's used to having control over the conversation. You know what I'm saying? He's not used to actually having to hear the other side. And that's what you could tell inside there, to the point where he was over talking the moderator. You know what I'm saying? Telling the moderator, you're a bad moderator. Like, why? Because you're getting your ass whooped? Because he wasn't biased in the moment? Like, what are we talking about?
Who was the moderator?
Some white dude.
Yeah, I have no idea. I don't, some guy. If y'all haven't already, in the TikTok shop, you know what I'm saying, my latest drop, you know what I'm saying, A Tribe Called Gad, and we came from the East. So, you know, a lot of people always got questions about the 12 tribes. Make sure that y'all check it out. The rest of the books are on Amazon, but this drop right here, man, is two of them together. So definitely, if you haven't, get them while supplies last. This is so, just so y'all know, right? When I wrote these books, it was for the arguments of people coming up against the truth. So when people tried to say that there's no Israelite presence in Mexico, that's why I did Issachar, son of Jacob, and showed tons of evidence of Israelites in Mexico. When people didn't understand the difference between Reuben and Gad, boom, you know what I'm saying? Reuben, you know what I'm saying? Reuben, my excellence, to be able to show both. He said, "Where is it at the TikTok shop?" Give me a second, man. I'll get the link and show you. And then, you know what I'm saying? When people tried to say that we crossed the Bering Strait, we came from the East. You know what I'm saying? Proves that we crossed the Atlantic and absolutely destroys the Bering Strait. And for anybody who wanted to say that, you know what I'm saying, the tribe of Gad didn't fit the curses, well, guess what? Guess again. You could read A Tribe Called Gad and you could see that all the curses, you understand, just like you try to do with the tribe of Judah and the tribe of Benjamin and the tribe of Levi, you will find that, you understand, they line up here. You want to say something, Shaw?
Yeah, like even before you had the idea to put these books out, you did a whole like 3-hour lecture, which still wasn't enough because you have so much information to show. I have still yet to have someone watch this lecture, take notes, and combat everything you said and bring it forward on the platform to battle you in it.
Yeah. No, nobody refuted it. You know what I'm saying? Like they're just not. And that's how it goes. And I just want to read, you know what I'm saying, a small excerpt, because one of the biggest scriptures everybody tries to use is Deuteronomy, you know what I'm saying, 28 and 68 to say that, yo, you know what I'm saying, this is the transatlantic slave trade. Well, let's find out if Gad was on the transatlantic slave trade. And it says Native Americans on transatlantic slave ships. This is page 21 of A Tribe Called Gad. And it says, while the image of the Middle Passage is typically associated with African slaves, Native Americans also endured horrific journeys across the ocean in cramped, disease-ridden slave ships. Some were shipped to Europe, while others were transported to Caribbean plantations where they were forced to work alongside enslaved Africans. So just so you know, right, these are so-called Africans, but sometimes when I write, I put Africans because if you want to research the research and you type in so-called, it's not going to pop up in the algorithm. So for specific sources, you know what I'm saying, I copied them over or rewrote them as to what you could actually research according to information that's out there. And it says Native and African slaves together. Many Native American slaves were mixed into the African slave population, causing their distinct identity to be erased over time. This led to the intermingling of African and indigenous cultures, particularly in the Southeast U.S. and the Caribbean. Unknown numbers. Historians estimate between 2.5 and 5 million Native Americans were enslaved across the Americas, though the number is very difficult to determine due to poor record keeping and the tendency to classify Native slaves as Negroes or simply as servants. So when people turn around, you know what I'm saying, and then try to say something along the lines of, you know what I'm saying, like even the indigenous here were called Negroes. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and to the idiot that says fake story, you can literally look this up. This is, you know what I'm saying? If it's fake, disprove it. Just prove it. That's it. Just find a way to find some counter evidence. Make a counter argument. Oh, you mean you can't? You just saying that? It's just rhetoric? Oh, okay. That's what I thought. So that's some of the information that you could find in these books. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to get a link, you know what I'm saying, to drop in the chat. Give me 1 second. You know what I'm saying? You want to say something, Asha?
Sure.
Okay.
I'm sorry, sir.
No, go ahead.
Everyone, like Captain CHAATAZA said, you know, for you, if you don't feel brave enough to call up the show and ask your question, if you don't feel brave enough to join the live stream link to challenge us on whatever subject that you hold dear to yourself, make sure you type in that question on YouTube attached to a super chat. We want a super chat donation if you don't want to call up the show or join the live stream. Let's start at $5 and up. You got a burning question that's burning in your chest. Hit that super chat button and press $5. We'll answer it for you. Or you can tie up the shoestrings on your boots, lace up your boots, put your belt on a little bit tighter, and pull your pants up and call the show or join the live stream link.
I thought you was going to tell them to do something else with their shoelaces.
Who want to push the line?
Nobody.
We trying to find out. Here we got Officer of 5,000 CHAATAZA over Haiti. What's going on, CHAATAZA? All right. So recently what's been happening in the news, I've been seeing so much about ICE agents, Homeland Security going absolutely bonkers over there in Minnesota. Absolutely bonkers.
They shot another person.
Yeah, they did. They did shoot another person. Officer Kunaya Allah over there in Minnesota got some good interviews because he was out there, boots on the ground, with I think one of the sisters that was there, Sister Shara, I believe. And he had some good interviews with some of the news stations over there, talking about how ICE agents, Homeland Security, are domestic terrorists. What they're doing is a form of domestic terrorism over there in Minnesota. They got people running in fear. I'm sorry, so yeah, go ahead.
I just dropped the link in the chat for the TikTok shop for A Tribe Called Gad.
For everyone that's interested in one of the books that Captain CHAATAZA has written, you can find the link in the chat. It'll take you to the TikTok shop where you can purchase. If one, I suggest all of Captain CHAATAZA's books that he worked diligently on to put together, to analyze and study and do the research and put it in a very easily digestible format for you. All right. So go hit that link, support the brother, and, educate yourself. Don't be like those Christians who think the Star of Ramphram is the Shield of David. Buy one of these books and learn a little bit of history. But what these ICE agents are doing, the tactics that they're using, some people can argue that this is domestic terrorism. What do you think, Cap?
No, I think it's absolutely true. We'll get back to that in a second. We got somebody that's behind stage. Let's see what they're talking about. Josh, you got a question or a comment?
Yo, what's going on, guys?
What's happening?
All right, so we'll just go right into it. So Isaiah 9:6, right? It's a prophecy of Jesus, and it refers to him as the everlasting Father. Do you have a problem with calling Jesus the everlasting Father? Go ahead.
No, I don't have a problem with that, and the reason being is because Christ is King. We agree?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know what was a title and what was a role of the King of Israel?
No, you're gonna have to teach me.
Okay. Well, listen, that's very humble of you. You understand? In order for you to say that, I believe it's in Isaiah the 20. Is it the 24th chapter or the 22nd? Let me see something right now. Let me double check. I'm freestyling it right now, but I'm gonna go to Isaiah 24. Hold on 1 second. Or is it 22?
What scripture are you looking for, Cap?
Hold on, I don't want to say it out loud as of yet. Give me one second. All right, hold on. I think it's Isaiah 22. I think Isaiah 20.
Are you trying to make the distinction between like a role versus like a name or something?
No, I'm gonna explain it to you because the title that you're getting is the role. That's what you don't understand because you want to call up and make Christ God. So I'm trying to show you the difference between the two.
Well, the verse calls him the mighty God. I'm not making it. I'm just reading what the verse says.
Okay, and when we look at that word, right, when it comes down to the mighty God, is that saying that he's Yahweh in Hebrew?
I don't think so. I think that he gets called the mighty God, but it doesn't necessarily mean that he is the mighty God.
So what I'm saying is, if it specifically was supposed to be the Most High, you know what would be there? It would be Yahweh. So y'all have to stop trying to play semantics with words.
And are you talking? So I'm looking at the King James Bible, right? In the King James Bible, it says Almighty God, Counselor, Everlasting Father. So you say there's a Greek word that represents, that should have been there instead?
So I don't know why you would be going to Greek if we're in Isaiah and it's written in Hebrew. So therefore we'd have to go according to the Hebrew thought. So this wouldn't have anything to do with Greek, number one. And actually I found it. So I'm going to read it. It is Isaiah 22. And it goes all the way up to 24, but I'm going to get straight to the point. So now I'm going to start at Isaiah 22 and 20. And it says, and it shall come to pass in that day that I will call my servant Eliakim and son Hilkiah, and I will clothe him with thy robe and strengthen him with thy girdle, and I will commit thy government into his hand, and he shall be a father to the inhabitants of Jerusalem and to the house of Judah. The king of Israel who controls the government is the one who is a father to Jerusalem. So let me ask you something. Is Christ's kingdom going to end? No, that's why he's an everlasting father to Jerusalem, because it's his job to run the government. It's his job, you understand, being in the chief house of Judah, to be a father to the inhabitants of Jerusalem.
Can you apply that same concept across the board? Like, could we say that Trump is the father of the inhabitants of the United States of America?
I don't care about heathens, because God's ways are higher than the heathens. Like, I mean, but the way that you know that you could do
the way is being,
hold on. I'm responding to you. So what do they call someone like George Washington, Benjamin Franklin, John Adams? What do they call them to America?
Slave owners?
Well, they are slave owners. You know what they call them? The founding, fill in the word.
Fathers?
Oh, yes. They call them the founding fathers of America. Did they literally father America?
Well, that's what I'm saying. So, I mean, but the verse that you brought up, here in Isaiah 22:20, and where it says that, and he shall be a father to the inhabitants of Jerusalem. I believe the argument you're making is that when there's a king or some type of ruler or representative, that person assumes a role of a father. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, because that's what the scripture says. The scripture says that they are a father to Jerusalem. And once again, when he's called inside that verse, Isaiah 9 and 6, do you know what's not there? Do you know what you're missing inside of there? Because, for example, right, his name shall be called, right? So, for example, wonderful. Is wonderful a literal name, or is it an attribute and a title?
I guess it could be both.
So Christ's name translates to wonderful?
Yeah, it would not. If you refer to Christ as wonderful, I don't think that would be wrong. Because
when we read, let's just read this scripture. What you're saying doesn't make any sense.
It says called wonderful.
This is the scripture. It doesn't only say called wonderful. So you're saying he's got 7 names? So his name is Emmanuel, Wonderful Counselor, the Mighty God, the Everlasting Father, and the Prince of Peace? Or are these titles?
I think you can find up to 198 names that are given to Jesus, like Alpha and Omega, beginning and end.
These are titles. It's not a literal name. They're titles. And now we're going over the titles. So, for example, just like in Isaiah 22, that king, guess what? The government was on his shoulders. Well, when we read Isaiah 9 and 6, here's what it says. For unto us a child is born, unto us son is given, and government shall be upon his shoulders, and his name shall be called Wonderful. That's a title because of all the wonderful works that he did. Counselor, because this is where you receive instruction from. The Mighty God. When it says the Mighty God, does that translate to Yahweh?
I don't know the Hebrew. I don't know what the Hebrew says.
Well, that's the problem there. No,
that's not the problem. I mean, I should be
no,
able
no,
to read it in.
no.
I should
That,
be able to
that
read
is
it
a
in English
problem.
and take understanding. Hold on.
No,
Hold on,
no,
Tazaryach, hold on.
Stop. I'm responding to you, and what you're saying isn't true. So you shouldn't be able to only read it in English because it's a translation. You'll never have the same power of the words than from the original. So for you to be able to get the context, you have to know what that word God means. Because if it's not the Most High, it's not talking about the Father, because it could be Allah or Elohim, which is once again a power, judge, or authority, which is what he is. The everlasting Father is a title, just like the Prince of Peace is a title. So none of this is calling him the Most High.
Okay. Now, I think you're wrong. It says his name shall be called wonderful. The word name is there. It's saying that this is the name. The name is wonderful. The name is counselor. The name is the mighty God. The name is the everlasting Father. The name is the Prince of Peace. So I think to simply say it's only a title, I don't know that I agree with that. If you said it can be a name and a title, I think we're a little closer in thought.
So in the New Testament, where did they call him wonderful or counselor? Let's just start with those two.
I don't think I have any verses of him.
Oh, okay. Because that wasn't his name. That's that like name. And this is, once again, I know you don't know this. You understand? Name also means reputation. These are titles of his reputation because of what he does. Wonderful for the works. Counsel, you understand, because of the advice and the instruction that he gives. The mighty God because of his authority. The everlasting Father because of his correction and love. Prince of Peace because
so when you hold on.
Hold on. Did it sound like I finished speaking?
You're kind of long-winded, that's why. So
well, here's the thing. When you have a show, you understand, I'll call in and talk shorter. Did you call me or did I call you? Which one happened?
Send us the link.
Like you called to hear me speak, and then now you want to dictate how long I speak for.
I don't think you guys would have the courage to come on my show, but go ahead. I'll wait.
I mean, we go on every show. We were just on Matun. I'm flying to Vegas next week to go on somebody else's channel. I do this in the street. We go all over the world doing this. So what are you talking about?
All right, so let me finish listening to your response.
You know what else I would do if I was on your show? I would respect your house. I would follow the rules of your house, and I would allow you to speak and get your answer out without interrupting you. But I don't know. I was raised with respect and decorum.
But you're interrupting me.
How am I interrupting you if I'm responding to what you asked me? You know what I'm saying? Like that.
In the middle of a thought, you'll start talking.
So what's your thought?
Okay. I guess my only thought is that my last point here is if you have someone who's in a football team, they refer to the person leading the football team as coach, right? That's his title. His title is coach. His name is not coach, right? But all I'm saying is that you can simply refer to him as coach as well. His name could be Jeff. If you said Jeff or coach, you would be right in both instances. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, and I agree with you. But there's something distinct between taking something literal, because coach, while they're calling him that, you know why they're calling him coach? Because coach is also his role. He coaches them, which is how he has that title. Just like Christ counseled us, just like Christ fathered us. That's the facts. So
I just don't think this verse says that these are titles. It says they're names.
Okay, they're names of the titles that he has. This is what he's called. Like you once again, you're reading this and trying to take everything literal and don't understand the context because you don't know the definition of words and their usages, especially because a minute ago you wanted to run to Greek. Greek is not the original language this is written in. So why would we go to Greek? This isn't the New Testament.
Right, it would be Hebrew.
Ah, okay then. So we have to go according to Hebrew thought.
All right, so let's look at the Hebrew then. Let me pull the Bible up. Let me pull up the interlinear. Let's see what you're talking about.
Go pull it up and then show me Yahweh anywhere in this verse.
Bible Hub, Isaiah.
You can go to Bible Hub. You can go to Blue Letter Bible. I don't care where you go.
I'm just talking out loud, sorry.
No sweat.
Isaiah
You check the calls. Nothing.
No, there's nothing on the phone line. You should have been a little bit more prepared, man.
With the Hebrew?
With everything, yeah. Like I don't even know why you would call up. You didn't even know what language this was written in.
It's in English for me.
Okay, I'm talking about originally.
Yeah, I think I just misspoke there. I'm pretty sure I know that this was written in Hebrew, but there is Greek translations of the Old Testament as well.
No, I mean there is, but they come way later. And if you're talking about the Septuagint, you know what I'm saying, the three oldest copies don't go before, you know what I'm saying, 300 AD. You got fragments before that, but you know what I'm saying, based off the fact that certain points have different translations, you don't even know what was originally written there. So I mean, like let's be real.
Okay, it says right here his name.
Oh, and for the record, they have damn near the entire book of Isaiah in the Dead Sea Scrolls that predates the Septuagint you have today. So why I would go to another translation doesn't make sense. But go ahead, read it.
So the word for Almighty God is El in Englishman's Concordance of 163, and then the occurrences in Genesis and then throughout the Old Testament, every time it's being used is referring to Yahweh, the Most High. So like if you go to Genesis 14:20, be the Most High God which hath delivered us, it's the same word being used, God, as it's being used in Isaiah.
When you go to, for the record, the Most High is going to be Yahweh. God is power. So when you see the word, it doesn't only apply to that, because El or Allah or Elohim means powers, judge, rulers, or authority. That is not the Most High's name. Yahweh is. So you cannot make them one and the same.
I don't think the other verses support what you're saying, to be honest. I'm looking at Genesis 17:1, and he said to him, I am the God Almighty. It's the same language being used in the Hebrew. Genesis 21:33, Lord of God, the everlasting God.
Okay, all right. So let's do this then, right? Let's go to, let me see something. So just to see what we got over here, right? Like,
are you saying that there needs to be like a precursor, that El by itself doesn't mean Almighty God? Is that what you're saying?
No, what I'm telling you is that the word God has context, and you can't always make God the Most High. It's, if it wanted to call him the Most High, Yahweh would be attached there. I'm going to give you an example to show you this and how the usages work. And you said you like English, right? You like English more than Hebrew. So what does Genesis 7:1 say? I mean, excuse me, Exodus 7:1.
I'll have it open in 1 second. Exodus
7:1.
Yeah, it says, I have made you see Moses to Yahweh, so said your prophet shall be your brother, and Aaron to prophet as God. Pharaoh as God.
No, this says, and the Lord said unto Moses, see, I have made thee a God to Pharaoh, and Aaron thy brother shall be thy prophet. When you see the Lord there, it's talking about the Most High. You understand? Which is why his name is there. You understand? And now this is also why when it turns around, you see El attached to his name, explaining to you what's happening here. But guess who's also called an El or Elohim in this scripture? A power. Moses is. Are you saying Moses is the Most High?
So he's saying, and Aaron to Pharaoh as God. So it's just saying that Moses and Aaron will be as gods to Pharaoh, and it's using the word Elohim there.
It just said, I made thee a God to Pharaoh. Is Moses the Most High now?
No.
Okay. Now, how do we know that? You want to know which word I'm thinking of?
I'm looking at it in like with the interlinear, so it's all like scrambled for me. So That's why I didn't read it in the right order.
Maybe you should unscramble it and read it straight through. Since you were the one who said that you prefer English and English is what you read and understand.
But I'm trying to meet you where you're at, because you said that I got to see the Elohim.
What I'm trying to explain to you is the way that you know that this God right here is not the Most High is context. Because the word God, you understand, in these different contexts doesn't always apply to the Most High. And if you want to know when it's the Most High, it's going to say the Most High, thy God. And it's going to mean the Most High power, because there's no power above him.
Right.
So in Genesis 1:1, it says God is being used there, and the word being used is Elohim. And right before that, it has another, I don't know if this is an article. It just says et Elohim. What does that mean then? Is because this is just says Elohim. There's nothing distinguishing.
What you're seeing with et, we would describe as ath. So like in the beginning, barashath, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's basically saying in the beginning, bara, you know what I'm saying, created, and it's going to be Alahayim, meaning the powers created. And then ath is the definite marker, because it's letting you know it's specifically the heaven that it's creating. And then it's also going to do it again to show you for earth, because there's a difference between indefinite and definite articles in Hebrew. So it's talking about a specific creation and specific items that's being created. In this instance, heaven and earth.
So when it uses, because it uses Elohim twice in Genesis 1:1 here, or wait, no, in one it uses one, and then it uses it again in verse 2, where it says the Spirit of God was over the water, and the Elohim being used there, it says of God with no precursor. And I'm wondering, do you interpret the article in front of Elohim in Genesis 1:1 to mean the God? Can you read it, the God in the beginning created the heavens and the earth?
So if I was to like translate it more directly, it would be in the beginning the powers created the heaven and the earth. That's what the word God means: power, judge, ruler, or authority. It's talking about the power that created heaven and earth.
So just to be clear, you said powers plural or singular?
Yeah, correct. Because once you get all the way on down to verse 26, it says, and God said, let us make man in our image. So is this talking about one person doing creation or multiple?
It's definitely not one, you know.
Oh, so there's more context that we're discovering inside Genesis.
I'm not convinced yet, but I'll look into this Elohim and how it's used in the Old Testament.
Okay, so here's what you do. You understand? Go back to the drawing board and do some studying.
Yeah, I got you. Thanks, CHAATAZA.
We'll be here next Thursday.
What's going on?
We'll be here next Thursday.
Yeah, we'll be here next Thursday. And let me tell you something. I would deal with you way different. Like this is what I hate about talking with Christians. You guys think something, and then you believe it. You understand, without doing any research. And then all I got to do is walk you down the block with two scriptures. And then you say, I'm not really sure. But a minute ago, you were so ready to tell me I'm wrong. Now you got to go do homework.
Well, I'm just looking, like I said, I'm looking it up, and then I can see the word being used in different verses in different contexts. So if I'm being honest, I need to do more research but I said it from the beginning. I don't know. I asked you to teach me. So I'm not trying to be arrogant if you were taking it that way.
Okay, well, I mean, it seemed as if, you know what I'm saying, like, well, then maybe you were just way more skeptical because of what you believe. But yeah, go ahead, do some homework and come back. We'll be here.
All right, y'all have a good night.
All right, catch you later.
Peace, Josh.
I love context. Hey, and my bad to everybody, you know what I'm saying, who joined us tonight. I didn't get a chance to shout some of y'all at. You know what I'm saying? We got Desaron. We got Sister Kyle. Who else we got? Nazamana. Let me see who else we got up in the chat tonight. You know what I'm saying? We got my man Muhammad, Yapashayar. America's burning. What else we got? You understand? John asking what the name of that song was. I don't know which song. We a little bit, you know what I'm saying, deep in the trenches now. We got Sean, who has no idea what he's talking about inside the chat. Big ups to everybody joining us tonight. The usual gravel pit, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to anybody who's been here since Israelite Vibes. You know what I'm saying? Big up to y'all, man. We've been rocking, you know what I'm saying, for 10 years on this show, man. Real talk. Brandon Green, big ups to you. And then once again, man, if y'all want to join the live, I believe it's pinned inside the chat. Phone lines are, hold on, let me see something real quick. Oh, y'all already got the browser open.
Yeah.
Okay. Phone lines will also be wide open. And yeah, man. So back to what we were talking about before we had to get into the context of God and power and Elohims and titles and define what the word name means. So what's going on in Minnesota right now is they are literally running right now in America a Nazi Germany playbook. Like this is like what you're witnessing inside of America right now is I mean literally like fascism 101. This is a fascist regime that we're dealing with right now. Now let me show you something. The term fascist, right, generally refers to or fascist steps. Check this out, right? And it says generally refers to the incremental warning signs and strategies used by emerging authoritarian and fascist movements to gain and consolidate power. Right? Let's just, you know what I'm saying, run this down. Extreme nationalism. Can anybody give me an example of extreme nationalism? Anybody want to, how about anybody want to give me a recent slogan of nationalism inside of America?
Make America great again.
Make America great again, promoting an intense form of patriotism and national identity, often tied to a narrative of national decline and promised rebirth. Make America great means that America is no longer great, which is why we have to do it again. So this is the promised rebirth that this administration is going to bring in. Now we have
how Germany wanted to make Germans have more pride again after World War I, where
this is exactly what they did. Now after that, guess what else they did? They had now it's identification and scapegoating of enemies, which could be constructing internal or external enemies of minority groups, political opponents, the press, elites, as the cause of national problems. And now let's just think about this, right? For the elites and the press, what was another slogan that Trump started?
Fake news. Fake,
brother. I feel like you could read my mind. I need you to get out my brain right now. You're not supposed to be right every time. So fake news, you understand, was what he decided to say to the press. And as he decided to go and attack all of the people who were getting, tax code breaks and so on and so forth, and the political opponents, I don't know if any of you have noticed, you understand, how many people have tried to come up against Trump and he has silenced them. How many people, you understand, did any of you notice that the states and cities at large that not only the National Guard was sent to, but that he said they were going to start kicking down doors with ICE? Anybody notice they were blue states?
Yeah.
Okay. Minority groups. You understand? Well, this is what's actually incredible. The minority groups in America, none of them are safe. You know how I know? A white woman got shot in the face. A white woman was unalived. I mean, listen, white men won't protect you anymore.
And that's crazy.
Your rights are being infringed upon now.
Right.
This isn't even about, you understand, non-citizens. That white woman was a citizen that woman came out and screamed and said, you just murdered our neighbor. This is what's happening right now. But they are targeting a specific ethnic group. And the specific ethnic group is at large, you understand, our people. The specific ethnic group that they're targeting, you understand, is the Mexicans and Latino tribes, and then the rest of Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, which is why the federal judges passed the law that being brown and speaking Spanish is enough to racially profile. Mm-hmm. Now, I just want y'all to know something. I'm at my second bullet point. Yeah. Is it sounding familiar yet? Dismantling democratic institutions, gradually undermining the rule of law, the courts, the free press, the electoral press, often the guise of preventing fraud or ensuring strength and efficiency. Because the news been fake news, but anybody know which part of the Constitution they just said they're getting ready to suspend?
Wasn't it the freedom of speech, right?
No.
I'll give you a hint. It's Latin.
Oh, it's right. No homo. It's right there. It's right there.
Habeas corpus.
Yes.
You understand? They are now suspending habeas corpus if they believe that for ICE to be able to detain you and give them full immunity. You know what I'm saying? Let's take it a step further. Authoritarian leadership, promoting a single strong leader with absolute power as the only person capable of fixing the nation's problems, demanding unquestioning obedience and discourage critical thinking. You understand? Like, I mean, even to the point where they turned around and said that now it's unlawful to burn an American flag. I mean, it's in the Constitution that you can. You know what I'm saying? But now, didn't Stephen Miller just say that America's an empire? It's time we start thinking like one and start moving like one. Like, they literally went and snatched the president of Venezuela in 4 hours. Yeah. In 20 minutes, they got rid of their entire missile defense system. And here's what's crazy. Anybody want to tell me why they put him in a Nike Tech suit? You know, he don't wear Nike Tech.
All right.
He was captured and put in a Nike Tech suit
to make him look like a drug lord.
You basically in the ballpark. You understand? It's the image. They're trying to say this is how criminals dress.
Right. And if this could be a top-notch criminal, drug dealer, drug cartel running a country and hurting people, then little Jose on the block who wears the same Nike Tech suit can do the same thing or is doing the same thing.
Blacks and Hispanics who wear Nike Tech suits are now just as bad as the cartel, and they are a threat to America. Right. Then, did y'all notice that when they actually brought him through, they didn't put him in a suit. They didn't even keep him in the Nike Tech suit. They put him in an orange jumpsuit. Like you know, there's a reason why, like, when you're in prison and you're going to court, they allow you to change into a suit. Because you look like an upstanding citizen. If you were to pull up in an orange jumpsuit, you look like a criminal. Right. They understand, like, yo, this nation is the daughter of Babylon, and Babylon has perfected witchcraft. They understand imagery. They understand marketing. They understand propaganda and how to be able to control a narrative. So now let's talk about the control over information, using propaganda and censorship to control the narrative, manipulate public opinion, and cast doubt on objective reality. Do we have freedom of speech on TikTok?
No.
Do we have freedom of speech on YouTube?
No.
Do we have freedom of speech on 99% of social media platforms?
No.
No. Because they want to dictate and control the narrative. They want to dictate and control what it is that we perceive and that we understand, and they want to limit any other opposition.
Like what they did with TikTok.
I mean,
you can see
I'm sorry, you cut out. Go ahead.
Also, like before on TikTok, you can see a whole bunch of stuff that you would not have normally saw Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube, and then they started having that battle with the so-called founder of a TikTok who was Singaporean, because they try to say that he was working or being employed by the Chinese government or Chinese companies, and they had to limit that. And now with TikTok, I've noticed that so many things get flagged, even with my own account. When I'm trying to say certain things or have certain things posted, that gets shut down immediately.
They won't even let you pay to promote half the stuff anymore. They scan the videos and then say this doesn't fit our policies for promotion. You can't even pay to get it spread. I mean, let's take it a step further. Militarism and glorification of violence, emphasizing military values, strength and discipline, and using violence or threat of violence against opponents. What anybody want to know what Trump was saying today about Minnesota?
I need to check. What do you say, sir?
I know that there's been a lot of going back and forth where if they do anything against the ICE agents, he's going to send the military in.
So he turned around and he now is accusing, you understand, the Minnesota governor of terrorism, and is saying that he will escalate, you understand, to the Insurrection Act. This is exactly what he wants. You know what I'm saying? He wants the Insurrection Act. And if you've seen the videos, tear gassing people, slamming them on the floor, shooting them in the face with all sorts of tear gas and pepper sprays, men, women, children, whoever's out there. I believe a child just got shot today. Like, if I'm not mistaken. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is literally what's transpiring out there right now. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? Guess what that ICE agent has after he unalived, you understand, that white woman? Immunity. No, but not just immunity, absolute immunity. You understand? Absolute immunity. Hold on one second.
Yeah, they gave them full and absolute immunity after that. Oh, there, you back, sir?
Yeah, no, go ahead.
No, yeah, they and there's been did you see what happened in Philadelphia?
Oh yeah, with the police commissioner?
The district attorney and the police commissioner had a press conference where they basically said if ICE comes in here, we will arrest you. We don't care. And the rhetoric back and forth is
he said before you say that, and they stated that Trump can't free you from state prosecution.
Right.
So here's what else is pretty crazy too. When was it? Was it January 6th that they raided the Capitol building?
Yeah.
Where was the Insurrection Act for that? How many of them got pardoned for what they did?
That was a peaceful, friendly, just a few patriots with some flags marching around. That's still their narrative to this day.
Like, and all of this has to do with mass mobilization, utilizing large rallies and public events to create a sense of unity, strength, and emotional bond among followers, which is all MAGA's been doing. You understand? Which is all they've been doing across the board. And now it leads us to the final bullet point here. Now, we could go through more steps. You get what I'm saying? Like we could go through all the different characteristics of fascism. But here's what's pretty interesting. Appealing to frustration, gaining support from individuals or social classes who feel victimized, marginalized, or economically frustrated, directing their anger towards designated scapegoats. Anybody want to tell me another trope they're using these days?
The immigrants are the cause of all the problems.
Well, this is true. How about the fatigue?
Yeah.
How about the fatigue? And who's the fatigue directed by towards?
Black and brown.
Oh, so is that why they got such a problem with DEI? I mean, is this why anybody hear the quote of what Trump just said about civil rights?
It harmed white people.
Trump just said that civil rights made white people to be treated very, very, very bad. So nobody sees the writing on the wall, because what we're witnessing inside of America is identical to Nazi strategy. What we're seeing inside of America, you understand, is absolute, you understand, totalitarianism. And guess who predicted that all of this was going to happen? The ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana. Like, did y'all not watch? You know what I'm saying? Listen, shout out to my brother, Captain Mawakwa, captain of 13,000 Mawakwa, the Midwest Monster of Mayhem out in Chicago, because he did a lecture. And in this lecture, Commanding General Yohana told you exactly what their plan is and what they want to do directly. And he turned around and he said, they are trying to dissolve the Constitution. They are tired of running this country clandestine, and they want full authority. They want to move how they want to move. I'm trying to tell you, like, there's nothing that I've learned in this school that hasn't come true. There's nothing that I've been told is going to happen that I haven't seen, you understand, being enacted in real time. This is literally what's being performed. And I'm going to tell y'all something else too. Commanding General Yohana told us we better start focusing on food and sustainability. He said we better start focusing on moving like we do not have a government. Because what are you going to do with these food shortages? Like you haven't been seeing how many farms got bailed out. I mean, and yo, I drove through Arkansas, and I don't know if it was 40 or 46, but down one of those interstates for miles, I saw nothing but smoke. And they weren't burning portions of the field to edge it off. They were burning full fields for miles on both sides of the road. I mean, here's something else too. You think Americans is going over there to pick all them fruits and vegetables? Or do you think it was the immigrants you're trying to get rid of now? Like if you don't understand that food shortages is coming, if you don't understand the insurrection, like Trump wants a race war. They want martial law to be established. They want a state of turmoil so that this way they could take away rights and get full control over this government. Because if there's a state of emergency or if they're at war, guess what else could be suspended?
Elections.
Oh. Elections. Yo, I'm going to tell you something. Midterm elections is going to tell you everything that you need to know about what's going to go on in America. It's going to be a major sign.
Do you think there's going to be more Democrats put in office or more Republicans put in office?
I think that there's going to be Democrats that are going to be silenced and or jailed or removed by the military, and that's why the military is there, is to stop anybody who opposes them. I think that Democrats are safe if they shut their mouth. Any Democrats who try to come up against Trump, you understand, you on the chopping block, because guess what else they're talking about doing? They're talking about suspending citizenship. And I don't mean for people with green cards. I mean people with birth certificates. I mean natural born citizens of the United States. They're looking to suspend. Listen, Commander General Yohana said they're going to start shipping us out of here. Like, you're going to end up in an El Salvadorian prison somewhere with the lights on 24/7. You know, leaving the lights on in a facility, you understand, all day and night without darkness is a form of torture.
Yeah.
Brother, I'm trying to tell you, like if you have not been paying attention to Commanding General Yohana, and you have not been listening to what the prophets in the ISUPK is talking about, listen, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of the times. Like y'all better understand, we see directly what's going on inside these times, man. But hell, here we are.
Did you see he's been deporting people to countries they're not even from? I saw some TikTok. They sent some cat to I think to Somalia, but he didn't speak a word of the language, and he was filming himself like, I guess this is my new reality. I don't know how to talk to nobody. I don't know where I'm at. And the dude was just completely lost. But he's been sending people to countries that they have no connections to at all. He said he's going to deport. He said he's trying to send Ilhan Omar back to Somalia.
Yeah, apparently that's her marrying her brother or her cousin and having a fraudulent marriage.
That's their pretense.
Yeah, but sir, he been said that he wanted to get rid of birthright citizenship.
Yeah, and they're in the absolute process of it, so that now anybody that they deem an enemy or a threat, guess what they could do? Suspend your citizenship and then ship you off to probably the new camp that they're going to build in Venezuela, so that this way you could mine resources.
Yeah.
I mean, you think it's only oil out there?
No, gold, iron, minerals.
So guess what else they're gonna need?
Slaves.
Labor. You know the best type of labor? Free labor. And do you know where you're allowed to get free labor from?
Once you're convicted.
The incarcerated. So since you're a criminal, guess what you can do now?
Work for free.
Work for free. So let's read a little bit more about fascism. Fascism is far-right authoritarian political ideology emphasizing extreme nationalism, a strong centralized state, and suppression of opposition, prioritizing the nation above the individual, often through a single dictatorial leader, militarism, control of the media, and scapegoating. Core beliefs: extreme nationalism and militarism. Belief in national supremacy, often linked to racial or ethnic purity, and the glorification of war and military power. How many states was the military deployed to? 30? Dictatorship, centralized autocratic rule with a powerful, charismatic leader with a cult personality who brooks no dissent. Yo, and let me tell you something. To those of you who are horrified out there, to those of you who are scared, you scared Negroes and Latinos. You better pray that nothing happens to the orange man. You better pray that Iran's threats that said this time we won't miss. You better pray for the orange man's health. Because if anything gets cut short, do you know who's going to become the president? J.D. Vance is going to become the president. Now, nobody likes J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance could not get elected president on his own, even if he could get elected vice president. Let me put y'all on game, though. If for any circumstance, natural or unnatural causes, that J.D. Vance gets in office, he is going to overcompensate for the lack of a public figure that he is. And hell is going to increase in the earth. And oppression is going to rain down on Black and Hispanics in dark times like you haven't seen since slavery. That's what's coming your way.
You know, this reminds me of the movie that came out, I think, last year or the year before last, Civil War. And it was a modern day civil war and how America was split in two and how they were fighting over America. It's always been coming. There was already a civil war for this country which had a factor of slavery, free labor, and not wanting to get rid of that free labor. Now we're gonna need free labor again to make America great.
Listen, and this is why they're doing the suppression of opposition. You understand? This is why they got corporations which is getting ready to go into state control of everything. Like I don't think that, have y'all actually been reading, you know what I'm saying, about social credit scores? Like, do you know that they just, first of all, they just implemented a rating system for power usage, for electricity. Go look up the FERC. Go look up FERC. You know what I'm saying? Go look at these federal energy commissions. And what I want you to see, you understand, is that they're now breaking everything up into 3 categories. The main category is going to be for hospitals, financial institutions, and data and technology. So, like, meaning like where all this AI and all the computers is running, that's priority to keep power running. The second one is regular businesses. The third, private households. And then that is broken up into subcategories. You know that there's areas of priority and areas of least priority. So when energy needs to be rationed, what neighborhoods do you think is going to be of least priority?
The PJs.
This is going to be like this is going to be like electrical redlining. Yeah. like what you got to see is, and now what happens, right? If and when currency goes digital, social credit scores are initiated, your electricity is tied in to this system. They just turn your lights off. You know, every electric car from Tesla has a kill switch that the government could shut your car off. Do you know by 2028, every car is supposed to have a kill switch from the government in it? I'm not talking to you about conspiracy. Do you know social credit score is already inside of the terms of agreement when you sign up for PayPal? Oh, okay. Do you know that ICE just paid $30 million for a program from Palantir that's able to scan every phone in the area? Google that right now. Pull up the article. Pull up the $30 million program that ICE just purchased from Palantir.
Everything the Republicans claimed for years that they're against government overreach, that they were for privacy, just went out the window quickly.
Yeah, for the person who said I drive a 95 Honda, I'm straight. Yeah, you're straight. Do you by any chance happen to know what controls the gas pumps? Anybody want to take a guess? Electricity. Do you know you're not getting gas? So how many gallons does your 95 Honda hold? Is it a 10-gallon tank? You get 30 miles to the gallon? You're going to make it 300 miles away. Congratulations, you can go to the next city. like what are we talking about?
You want the rundown from this article?
Yeah, please.
Palantir was paid $30 million to develop a new system for ICE called Immigration OS that will give them near real-time visibility.
Hold on. $30 million for Immigration OS. And it says it gives them what?
Near real-time visibility. on people self-deporting and people suspected of being non-citizens.
So meaning, if you as an individual are a suspect, they can scan and track your phone. They do not need permission to do this.
It's like it, sir.
Mm-hmm.
The full name of Immigration OS is Immigration Life Cycle Operating System.
Interesting. So, just out of curiosity, right? Does anybody want to let me know who Palantir is and who Palantir's first client was? So for the people at home who don't know, give a description of Palantir. Read it for me.
Palantir is here, I'll get it.
Well, read with a little emphasis in life, man. You're reading like you sleepy.
No, I'm Googling things as I read. It's an American publicly traded company that develops data integration and analytics platforms enabling government agencies, government agencies, militaries, and corporations to combine and analyze data from multiple sources.
Wait, and you mean to tell me ICE is one of their clients? You know, anybody want to tell me who their first client was? It's an acronym.
CIA.
It was the Central Intelligence Agency. What type of what type? Just hear me out. What type of company has the CIA as their first customer? So tell me more about this Immigration OS.
Yes, sir. Slovakia. I'm trying to get around this paywall for this Washington Post article.
Well, also, sir, some of its other early clients were the FBI, the NSA, and the U.S. military.
Jesus Christ.
Software played a key role in supporting the administration's mass deportation campaign. It's trying to get to the details, Slovakia.
Immigration OS, Immigration Lifecycle Operating System, is an AI-powered surveillance and data platform developed by Palantir for U.S. immigration. And now it says that ICE has awarded millions to Palantir for the system, with development expected to continue through, you understand, the rest of this decade. It's to enhance national security and border control by enforcing immigration laws more effectively. It can literally scan every single cell phone, electronic device in the entire area, you understand, from multiple different sources. It's pulling information, passports, IRS, social security, license plates, and it's building comprehensive profiles. You got anything else on it?
Wow, so that summed it up pretty well.
Listen, man, y'all better realize what time it is and where we at, man. Y'all better lock the hell in. I thank God for the truth. You understand? I say Barakatha Yahweh Yahushua Ba'Shem Yahushua every single day that I'm in this truth, man.
Facts.
What's up? Y'all got anything else to bring out?
Wow, sir, that's crazy. I'm just looking more into it. It just blows my mind how quickly Republicans went from the party of privacy, freedom, resistance to government overreach, to block cameras in every town, Palantir, and just insane, just opening the doors for everything, as long as it means attacking black and brown people.
Man, here's what I want you to do. Get me the 5 cities that the agents want to go door to door in. Anybody know? ICE has been grabbing, you understand, U.S. citizens. Listen, ICE grabbed a North American Indian There ain't nobody more native to the land. You trying to deport somebody who was here before you?
I know I saw them going door to door in the cities in Minnesota, Minneapolis, St. Paul,
Minnesota, San Antonio, LA, New York, and Chicago are the 5 cities they want to go door to door in starting.
Door to door.
That's gonna be crazy if they try that in New York.
Do you know where else they went door to door in?
Where?
Nazi Germany.
Yeah.
I mean, y'all love, you know what I'm saying? Y'all love white people. You understand? That's what I know. Y'all love white people. You know who else y'all love? Little Anne Frank. Anybody want to tell me why little Anne Frank was up in the attic?
She was hiding from the Gestapo?
She was hiding from the Gestapo, and the Gestapo was going where?
Door to door.
Door to door.
Yeah. Look at all the movies that we've seen. I love Inglourious Bastards, but Inglourious Bastards has a lot of proof of what was being done by the Nazis.
The beginning of that, you understand, that opening scene is incredible. You know what I'm saying? And the reason as to why Jewish people were in the floorboards is the same reason why Issachar hides in truck beds and wheel wells and so on and so forth. Like I'm trying to tell y'all what time it is, but you know what I'm saying? Listen, man, maybe y'all too busy playing Call of Duty. Maybe some of y'all are too busy getting high. Maybe some of y'all are too busy chasing tail. Maybe some of you are too busy just trying to be a good American and whatever the hell y'all trying to do, man.
He's trying to be comfortable.
Well, I can definitely say too many of us are suffering from mental health and confusions with their gender to even think about something to this extreme of what's going on.
See, like here's something else too, right? Too many people don't even have an actual identity.
Right.
So it's like how the hell would you even know? You understand? How the hell can you know where the hell you going if you don't even know where you from? Like wisdom and knowledge are going to be the stability of the times. Like there's a reason why we're not scared. There's a reason why we're prepared. There's a reason why we're so diligent. It's because of the scriptures. It's because we can look inside this Bible and see exactly, understand what's supposed to transpire. We see the writing on the wall. We see that we're walking on revelations and the prophecies right now. This is just insane. Y'all got anything else?
I do want to talk about how, right, when you're saying these 5 cities, right? I know.
Go ahead, take it for 1 second.
Counselor, I know that out in LA, right, protests have become or have been or had some points in their protests where it has become violent, right? Whether there were agitators or whether it was people from the opposite side causing these violence. But to have something like that happen here in New York City, imagine going into the projects. Like this is what's going to be crazy, right? Because we tell brothers all the time, you're quick to kill your own brother, but you hesitate in trying to in harming the white man. What are all you drug dealers going to do if ICE did door-to-door knocks coming into your home to check for quote-unquote illegal immigrants or to see if you should be deported out of this country and have your citizenship stripped away from you? What are all you all you Bloods, all you Crips and Latin Kings and Trinitarios, what are you going to do when ICE, Homeland Security, the FBI come kicking down your door and checking all your rooms and underneath your beds, not for drugs, not for guns, but for people, to see if you belong here or to see if you are on a list? of citizens who need to have their status stripped from them and removed from American soil. Like, what are you going to, all you gun-toting, gun owners and NRA supporters, what are you going to do when there is a tank-style military SWAT truck rolling up to your place of business, your personal dwelling or your place of worship, kicking down your door and seeing if you are on a list that requires you to be removed? What are you all going to do? What are you really going to do?
No, I just want to see what this escalation is going to look like with the back and forth between these cities that are saying they're going to reject the presence of ICE.
Yes.
And we sending them in.
Who's going to be, right? Because Pennsylvania or Philadelphia, right?
Mm-hmm.
They said if ICE is caught committing crimes, be arrested and prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law, and that you will be held in prison or in jail. And Donald Trump cannot pardon you from state crime prosecutions. What is the state going to do when federal agents come marching into those prisons, retrieve their employees?
Yep. Trump
You
said
think
we're not playing that? The
right?
administration said try it, basically.
Right? Try it. I believe Trump. I believe Trump will absolutely. I believe Trump is hoping for one person to do this so that he can set an example.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what I said would lead to a civil war, because just like the movie that came out, you imprison an ICE agent and are trying to prosecute ICE agents in your prison on a state level. Trump will have the military or federal agents raid that prison to free those federal employees, those federal agents. Who's going to stop them? The correctional officers,
and then you have
the local police.
Exactly, and then you have like Walz, the Minnesota governor, saying, "Well, I'm going to mobilize the National Guard." So now what? You're going to have the National Guard of the state of Minnesota fighting against federal agents? I really want to see how this is going to escalate. How do you think this is about to play out, sir?
Man, I told y'all, you know what I'm saying, for most of the show, how I think that it's going to play out. Yeah, I mean, it's only going to get worse, especially because Trump and his administration wants another term. They're trying to stay in office.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
They need another war. They need a foreign war or a civil war. They need something.
They need something along those lines, man. And it's all in the cards, man. Nation against nation, realm against realm. And it's why it's so important for Black and Hispanics to come together. You know what I'm saying? It's why all the tribes have to come together. It's why when we do this show, we got a Judite named Captain Tazaryach. You understand? I'm from the tribe of Ephraim. Aisha's from the tribe of Ephraim. Asher's from the tribe of Asher. You know what I'm saying? It's all of us coming together. But outside of that, I ain't got nothing else on Minnesota except stay tuned. But what I would like to do is, can y'all pull up the battle Captain Tazaryach had today? Could we run some of them scenes through? You know what I'm saying? A Cap smacking Sam. What the hell is his name? Sam what?
Shamuman. You know, he was a Muslim before he decided to be a Christian.
I don't know what the hell I heard he was a crackhead.
I don't believe that. I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that. But he was Muslim. I remember watching him early on, like several years ago. He was saying that he used to be a Muslim and studied. Oh, we got a caller. He used to be a Muslim and studied the Quran and taught and fought on the side of the Quran, and then he discovered, I guess, Jesus and became a Christian.
Look what the cat shit out. It's Mika. Let me stop messing with her. Yeah, somebody in the chat said I use coke. I could tell you use coke. Could tell.
We got Officer CHAATAZA on the line.
I'm not going to be able to talk to him. You guys got it, because I got to call in.
He did.
Oh, you got the video?
Yeah. Pull the video up.
I got to watch this.
So let's see. Where should we start?
You listen. You could skip to a good part.
Let's see if I can find where he started battling the moderator.
Is the Most High. Everybody, you call Lord in the New Testament, you definitely the Most High because of say Kyrios. That makes, I told y'all, this is a semantic argument. The Bible says, if any man be ignorant, let him be ignorant. We are seeing clear demonstration of that today. Now,
Okay,
you
Paul,
get
can I respond?
and I get to ask my question.
Okay, hold on. Now, number one, did you notice he just again butchered my argument? I didn't say the word Kyrios. I said is Kyrios. You guys heard it, right? That's why it's recorded. His burial. This is after this. Don't show your face publicly anymore, brother. This was a decimation.
And that's all he did the whole time. I don't know if he thinks the whole audience is stupid enough that if he just kept saying, like, using little rhetoric like that, oh, I'm burying you, I'm killing this, I'm beating you up, that people are going to believe it despite what they're seeing.
Yeah. So run it back. Like, where are we at right now? Yeah, run it back a little further. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I don't think you got to go in the very beginning, but like, go maybe like 15 to 20 minutes in where Cap starts smacking him around.
Of days, but I want you to remember what the. Let's try it again, chap. I want you to keep up with me.
Braids in my hair, and then my son has braids in his hair, same design as me. It still doesn't make him me because the very verse says son of man. When in Revelations 1, I told y'all semantic argument. In Revelations 1, it says one like unto the son of man. In Daniel that he just read, the Ancient of Days does have hair. It is woolly. Let me see. Let me go back to Daniel. That was Daniel.
I project as you attack straw man. See, I don't want to cut you off so you don't.
I'm not attacking straw man. You're straw man and me. This is your argument, so you can know I know your position. Your position.
Can I show you how you attack straw man? Because you said that my son is not me. I didn't tell you the son is the father.
Hey, I want you to know something, right?
But you are trying to say that the son is the Ancient of Days.
Pause this real quick. I hate hearing strawmen. I hate hearing eisegesis. I hate hearing exegesis. I hate dumbass people who think that they smart. You know what I'm saying? And I thank God every day for when it says that, you understand, he kept this from the learned and gave it to babes. You understand? Like y'all go through all this seminary school and get doctorates in bullshit. You understand? Just to come and talk to an Israelite, not saying Cap, but just in general, who might not even have a goddamn GED and mop the floor with you in the spirit of the Lord.
They really, somebody said that in the comments right at the beginning of class tonight. I'm tired of hearing every Christian use exegete and eisegete. They really learn a few terms and think that they are super scholars now.
And I want y'all to know something. We got master electricians in here. We have doctors. You know what I'm saying? We have engineers. You understand? We have all different walks of life inside here. So it's like we have scientists in here. You should see the lab a Bun works in. You know what I'm saying? Like it looks like he's building something for time travel in there, like flux capacitor or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Officer Bun. You know what I'm saying? My brother. You know what I mean? But what I am telling you is that those over here that you look down on with braids and as if we're uneducated, we have been whooping your ass since 1969. Play a little more of that.
Smart dumb niggas.
Can I smell? Take it easy.
But I'm just making sure. Wait, you don't say take it easy. You're incorrect with what I'm saying. You're saying that the Son of Man is the Ancient of Days in Revelations 1. I'm asking you a question. In Revelations 1, you're saying the Son of Man is Ancient of Days, correct?
Sure.
That's what I'm attacking. I'm not attacking.
No, you're attacking him.
No, I'm not. You asked me
what does like you try to do with William. Take it easy. Let me expound my position.
We'll give each other 30 to 40 seconds to respond. That way there's no interruption. Because you actually interrupted me when I was answering your question.
No, you were preaching.
And the whole time, Captain Tazaryach kept trying to find a way to get him to be disciplined enough to not keep interrupting. He kept trying to say, okay, I'll give this amount of time, you give this amount of time. Brought the moderator into it. But this guy has no discipline, has no self-control. His whole, I mean, I think it's his tactic. His whole tactic is just trying to cut someone off until he throws them off. You can't do that to Captain Tazaryach.
I've watched several of his engagements with people, and he will disrespect them in his attempt to make himself look correct. And like what Captain CHAATAZA was saying earlier, like he would mute you, like turn you down, turn you off. That way he's the focal point, and you have to give your attention to him, which would mean that you're listening to mostly about what he's saying and not getting enough of what his opponent is saying. Therefore, you're gonna think subconsciously that he's correct, because his opponent won't have enough time to respond to what he's saying, or may feel flustered and not have a decent composure to be able to let him talk and then disprove him like Cap does.
Yeah.
And that's why Cap was perfect to talk to him, and especially because it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, one, you're not gonna bully him, and the word salad isn't gonna affect Cap. Like if there's anything that anybody, you understand, watching this debate can learn, right? There's something that I want to highlight when it comes down to like mastery in debating, right? And that's Cap always comes back to what the topic is.
Right.
He consistently reminds him that this is about Christ being the Most High. It's not about his works. It's not about his power. It's not about anything except, is he the Most High, and can you prove it? So
people get so caught up in just talking that they lose focus of the topic.
And as a result, he doesn't answer questions, and he tries to move the goalpost to a different area instead of being on the topic. And that's why what Cap is doing right now, by lasering into what we're actually battling, is what you have to do when you have an opponent. You can't give them any wiggle room. This cat is a worm.
And he makes the audience remember this as well when he says that, so that way the audience can get, we as an audience will get distracted by anything. But when Cap intentionally points out the topic is this, you're not addressing the topic, I'm going to continue addressing the topic. He gets he that's why Cap is awesome. He'll get you to refocus your mind and make you think, he's right. He's not talking about the point of this conversation. But Cap is.
That's one of the most fundamental things that I learned from watching Captain Tazaryach operate, is to keep your opponent on the topic, whatever it is. And that's where this guy, his whole tactic and his whole method is to try and kind of like muddy the waters and, interrupt, take it off topic. And that would never work with Captain Tazaryach.
100%. Hit play again.
Let me do it. Okay. You just said, we heard you. You said, my son is not me. That assumes only the Father is the Ancient of Days. If you understand the argument, I'm making the case the Son is not the Father, but with the Father is the Ancient of Days. So I'm going to ask you, what does the white hair signify when we see it on the Ancient of Days? What does that mean?
In Daniel's 7th chapter, when it says, I beheld the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit, whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like pure wool. It doesn't even say the color of his hair. Does it say the color of his hair?
What does it signify? That's all I'm asking.
I'm asking a question. Does it say
the hair of his head like pure wool?
Does it say the color of his hair? Yes or no?
And the hair of his head, I read it.
It says,
what does it signify?
So again, this is the semantic argument I told y'all was going to happen. In Revelations 1, he's asking me, what does the hair signify? The hair signifies Christ has hair. The hair signifies God has hair. But the Ancient of Days is Daniel 7 and 9. He's the one sitting on the throne that Sam said the Father sits on. The Son of Man, which is mentioned in Daniel's 7th chapter and again mentioned in Revelations 1, is still coming before the throne. Sam's own words said Christ is not sitting on that throne. So if the Ancient of Days is only ascribed to the one sitting on the throne, you can't make us believe because hair signifies something that now make Christ the Ancient of Days. You got to do better.
Now, you see, Cameron, I let him go on a spiel.
All the bullshit.
He didn't answer the question, so he doesn't.
I said, you see how he just cut through all the bullshit?
Yep.
And what's even more interesting is it doesn't say the color of his hair in that verse. It just says pure wool. Do you know wool could be black? What are we talking about? Hit play.
And accuse me of talking over him. Are you seeing that, right, Cameron? We're going to try it again, which you didn't answer, because if you were to answer, I will get to the point of the two thrones. I don't do tap dance. What does the hair on the Ancient of Days signify? Head like pure wool. What does pure wool look like?
I answered this question when you first asked it.
I'm going to answer it for you.
You said, this is what you said. What does this signify? My answer was that Christ has hair, that God has hair. Even in that video, not finished. Because you said I didn't answer your question, you're lying.
You did. So instead of preaching, let me now answer, because I'll let you preach.
Wait. You just said a second ago, no interrupting. I said, okay, we'll give 30 to 40 seconds apiece. Here it is, I'm responding, and you're interrupting. So again, thank you. Even in the video, that if the audio would have played, the reason why you said what you said in that video, because you were explaining that they had a physical appearance. So the only significance of that hair is a physical appearance. The subject, though, that you're supposed to be proving is that Christ is the Ancient of Days, which he's not. So it's on you to prove that.
Yeah, very easy, because you're too scared to answer. Now I'm going to answer. When it says both the Ancient of Days and Daniel 7, and here, the one like the Son of Man, his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow. That signifies age, which you could not answer because you don't know how to do exegesis. So if the Son of Man, his head and hairs were white like wool, as white as snow, that means he's ancient. And yet here he's also the Son of Man, which means Revelation is showing you that the Son of Man, who was distinct from the Ancient of Days in Daniel, is also the Ancient of Days, because he's just as old as his father. You see?
Wait a minute. He's the Ancient of Days because his hair is white, so he's ancient. That's basically his argument right there.
Like, do you see what Christians got to do to try to make a point? Skip ahead a little bit. Baba Kasha.
Let's see.
Cool account. In Genesis, I believe it's 32, and Jacob saw what they call Jacob's ladder, and he saw the angels going up and down. That's how we see the communication.
That's another thing too. It's called Jacob's ladder. You ever notice it's not Esau's ladder? It's not Moab's ladder. You know what I'm saying? It's Jacob's ladder. Go ahead.
So you can see agency all throughout the Bible. When Solomon sits on the throne, they call that the Lord's throne. So you can't say, just because it say the Lord, you're not going to say Solomon was Lord. If I was to read First Chronicles, for example, First Chronicles 29 and 23, then Solomon sat on the throne of the Lord as king instead of David, his father. I guarantee you Sam is going to say Solomon is not the Most High, but he's sitting on the throne of the Lord. First Chronicles 29 and 20. And David said to the congregation, now bless the Lord your God. And all the congregation blessed the Lord God of their fathers and bowed down their heads and worshiped the Lord and the king. Now, why am I demonstrating this? Because with Sam and everybody that has this demonic belief will play the semantic game because Yahushua is quoting this passage from Micah or Malachi. That's him making himself the most high, and it's not. Because if I ask you now, Sam, let's see if you answer this question. According to 1 Chronicles 29 and 23, when it says Solomon sat on the throne of the Lord, does that make him God? Yes or no?
Okay. Which do you want me to answer? Because you said
I
I
just
ran
asked
from
you a yes or no question. I can't help it if you can't keep up.
Can you zip the lip? Because
You
I'm
asked
going
me
to bury you.
Hold up. Don't say zip the lip when you just asked me a question. And I responded to your question. You said, what question do you want me to answer? And I said, I just asked you a question. I can't help it if you can't keep up. Don't tell me this when you ask me a question. I'm superior to you.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you what. I love when Cap tells heathens he's superior to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love seeing a heathen just get diminished. And Cap is locked the hell in right now. Listen, I've been rolling with Captain Tazaryach a long time. Like, he having fun destroying this cat. Good?
This is bad.
This is bad. Yes, I know it's very bad because your fake God is getting destroyed and buried under the feet of
Jesus. You're the only one can't answer questions. Can you answer my question? According to 1 Chronicles 29 and 23, is Solomon the Most High? Is Solomon the Most High because he's sitting on, see how you still talking? I'm the one answering. You can't ask me a question. I'm asking you the question. You're the runner.
I'm not asking you a question. If you weren't too stupid, you'd say, I'm going to bury you. Let me get there.
Okay, so can I repeat my question?
Take your high blood pressure.
All I'm trying to do is just repeat my question, man. Can I repeat my
question? Can I answer your question? I got it, man. Can I answer your question, man? I got it, man.
I mean, what are we doing? Can I ask a question? Thank you. According to 1 Chronicles 29 and 23, Solomon sat on the throne of the Lord. Is he the Most High? Yes or no?
Solomon is not the Most High because if you had actually understood and had actually listened, there are two thrones, one on earth, the one in heaven. So Solomon sits the one on earth, not the one in heaven, but Jesus sits on the one in heaven. Now, be patient. Let me now do the shish kebab. Let me go to Philippians 2, then I'll go to 1 Chronicles 29, because 1 Chronicles 29 will again destroy your fake God if you read the context from 10 all the way to 20. Hold on. Okay, let's go to how you butchered Philippians 2, which is going to butcher your fake God. Let this continue, which was also in Christ Jesus, who being in the form of God, thought it not robbery to be equal to God. Now, can you show me a single verse in the Old Testament, New Testament, where the expression in the form of God is applied to any angelic creature or human being?
Yeah, I'm going to read Exodus 7 and 1. It's too easy.
So you didn't even hear the question. No, I didn't say, show me where it says, I'll make you Elohim to Pharaoh. Let me repeat the question again. Don't waste my time.
That's what God means. That's what in the form of God means.
In the form of God. In morphe theou. In the form of God. I asked for the phrase. Stop doing the tap dancer. You'd be good at ballet. I didn't say go to Exodus 7:1, which says, I'll make you Elohim to Pharaoh. Can you show me the word in the form of God used of any creature? Yes or no?
I'll go to another one. In Zechariah 12 and 8. Zechariah 12 and 8 says, and it reads.
They never read verse 5. I think Cap gonna pull it up at this part and he kills him on this. Play a little more.
In that day shall the Lord defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and he that is feeble among them at that day shall be as David, and the house of David shall be as God, as the angel of the Lord. So the house of David ain't just going to be as God. They're going to be as the angel of the Lord too. So clearly, I want everybody to point out, I want everybody to understand, I'm answering his questions. He still ain't answered the question about the name. He tried to wiggle out Solomon's throne. Solomon's throne is not the Lord's throne, but the text say he's sitting on the throne of the Lord. So if he got enough common sense to know, that the earthly throne is just the throne of the Lord that represents, then why doesn't he have the same common sense to know that when Christ has his throne, it's the same context? When Christ does his work, it's the same context.
Hey, Cameron, brother, this guy's manifesting. We're not going to get anywhere if he manifests.
I don't talk anytime he's talking. I'm not manifesting. The only person that's talking when another person is talking is you.
It's not going to be a fruitful debate if he starts foaming at the mouth because of the Satan that possesses him. Let's come back here.
Look at it.
Let's go to Zechariah 12.
Once again, Sam is not used to not being able to just control the dialogue. You know what I'm saying? Like he is used to silencing people and just having a one-way conversation. Keep playing it.
More running. More running.
I know it's hard for you to understand Elizabeth in English. Zechariah 12:8, being as God that buried you, because it as God as the angel of God. Why is the angel of God put ahead of God? Because the angel distinct from God is equal to God, and that's Jesus. I'll bury you Zechariah 12:8, but I'm going to repeat the question which you spent 10 minutes foaming at the mouth. Can you show me where the phrase in the form of God is used? Not as, because in the Greek would be hos. When it's translated in Greek, it's hos. I'm asking, can you show me where a creature is said to be in the form of God? Yes or no?
Here's why I'm answering it. As always, when you ask a yes or no question, it's required a yes or no answer, and then I'll expound. So the phrase form of God, you won't see. The context of form of God, you will see. That's why he wouldn't let me read Exodus 7:1, where God made Moses a God. He don't have no answer to Zechariah 12:8. And even when you read Philippians, this is not what Christ is saying. This is what Paul is saying. And what Paul is saying about Christ being in the form of God, he's telling us to be the exact same way. In verse 5. Verse 5 says,
Verse 5 says, let this mind be in you, which was also in Christ, who being in the form of God, thought it not robbery to be equal with God. So the way Christ is in that verse is exactly how we're supposed to be. Play that.
This mind be in you, which was also in Mashiach Yahushai, who being in the form of God, thought it not robbery to be equal with God. So then that means we have to also be in the form of God and think it not robbery to be equal with God. That's what Paul is telling us, that the mentality that Paul is telling us to have. Again, my brother,
Cameron, are you actually there, brother? I don't know, because you suck at moderation, dude. You are one of the worst moderators. But let me, I want to chew you.
Pause this. This is perfect. Now that he's getting his ass whooped, now he got to downplay the moderator.
Now the moderator sucks.
This is what losers do.
I've never seen nothing that bad.
Sam is a loser. You're a loser, Sam. Play. Watch. Now he gonna interrupt the moderator.
Well, because
disrespecting the moderator is bad.
You better believe I will. Yeah, well, he's slow.
I'm letting you guys go.
Yeah, but Cameron,
for a couple reasons.
You want me to answer his question?
Now he's interrupting the moderator. Now he's interrupting the moderator. Why are you interrupting the moderator though? Let him go ahead, Sam.
I mean, I want to let you guys go as much as possible. I mean, I can jump in more if I need to, but I think.
Let me now answer the text. Now let me bury you in the text.
You interrupting the moderator again? Like, why you interrupting the moderator though? You called on the moderator. He trying to explain what he's doing, and you interrupting him too. You don't even have to let the moderator talk. Can the moderator finish?
Can you stop foaming like a little girl, big boy?
Let the moderator to finish. I'm fighting for him.
Can I get to the text? Okay. Now you
said fine.
I love you, Cameron. Now let's get the message. Okay. We still love
you. It's like the worst moderator.
This right here is how you know he was getting his ass whooped. Yo, man, y'all gotta go to check out Captain Tazaryach's channel, man, for the full debate. You know what I'm saying? We at the end of the show. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got anything to close out with?
Drewski.
Yo. Hilarious, man. Shout out to Drewski, because like Yo, Drewski is on an absolute roll. And what he did with that mega church
spot on
was so spot on and perfect, man. You know what I'm saying?
Air and him being lifted up, amazing.
The end was the best because that's any Christian pastor I ever seen in my life. You know what I'm saying? Take all the money, nobody leave till we give $4 million, and then you ask him to help pay with something. He spits at you, says, "Get your hands off my car." That is your Christian pastor.
Close the door.
Trying to tell you, man. Yeah, y'all got anything else?
Did Cap talk publicly about what's happening this weekend?
I don't know. Cap talk. Oh yeah. So this weekend, man, Queen's Flip is coming through to do some filming for Hebrew Academy demonstration. For anybody who doesn't know, man, Hebrew Academy is when we train brothers in hand-to-hand combat, life or death situations, amongst other things, man. And you know what I'm saying? This is going to be advertised this weekend. Next weekend, me and Captain Tazaryach are we're flying to Vegas. We got 2 podcasts that we're hitting, and we got another 2v2 coming up with 2 Christian apologists. So definitely stay tuned. Passover, April 4th. Pay your Passover fee, pay your tithes. And if y'all haven't, man, subscribe to Tribe Vibes. I think that's it.
You know what else they should subscribe to?
What's that deal?
The Real XP Show.
Subscribe to the Real XP Show, man. My brother Shaw Gapon been doing some excellent street interviews.
I actually most recently when I did the most recent live stream down at Bloomingdale's on Lexington, I bumped into a proud Zionist. So right now I'm trying to get him to bring himself and some of his proud Zionists onto Cross the Line.
Oh, that'd be great. I'd love to have a conversation with them. But with that, shalom, Israel.
Wait, are you coming this weekend?
No.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
I've been back and forth far too much, man. I'm going to Vegas, and that's the last trip I'm taking, Lord willing, until after Passover.
No sweat.
Shalom, y'all.
Shalom.